Hi, my name is John. I'm with Rhymes Client Services team, and I'm here to introduce you to the Xerox PrimeLink C9200, which includes the PrimeLink C9265, PrimeLink C9275, and PrimeLink C9281. So let's start by talking about the production capabilities of this machine. First off, it's got a 2400 dot per inch resolution, which is about 4 times at least what your average office copier is. And on top of that, you're using an LED in the machine rather than a laser so that the machine can keep that image quality up longer with less maintenance. Second off, the image registration front to back on the machine is as tight as 0.5 millimeter. Really what that means to you is when you're running multiple pieces on a single piece of paper to save money and make the prints more cost effective, it means the front and the back are always lined up on the page so that when you cut the pieces apart, and again, this is where you're making things like postcards, business cards, promotional flyers, and raffle tickets, every piece that you make looks exactly the same. Next, we'll talk about feed and finishing. The PrimeLink C9200 shares most of the feed and finishing options as the rest of Xerox's production line. And on the feed side, what that means to you, for example, is that you can do extra long sheets on the machine, which gives us the capability of doing things like banners, long sheet posters. It also lets us do bifold and trifold landscape documents that normally you'd have to send out for production because you needed a bigger machine to do it. Because this PrimeLink C9200 shares most of the finishing options with the rest of Xerox's production line, it means that you've got finishing capabilities that you don't normally have on an office machine. One example is the ability to make full bleed, square bound, saddle stitch booklets. And if you don't know what full bleed means, what we mean when we say that is that when you're printing something, instead of getting an image where you get a white border around the edges of the page where you can't put any sort of graphics, you can actually run the image all the way to the edge of the paper so that you end up with a finished product that looks more like you sent it out and less like you printed it in the office. Now I want to talk a little bit about what's going on inside the machine. The PrimeLink C9200 brought with it from the rest of Xerox's production line the toner technology and the fusing technology from the bigger machines. And really what that means to you is it means that the machine's capable of running a lot more different kinds of stocks than previous generations or similar machines to it in the field. Things like synthetic stocks, which you might have heard called never tears, things like coated stocks, either one-sided or two-sided coated stocks, and a big one is envelopes. It includes custom-sized envelopes, and in some cases, even windowed envelopes. So now let's talk about some of the workgroup capabilities of the Xerox C9200. One of the key features of this machine is the ability to live inside of an office and not just be a production machine. So again, we want to make sure that you're investing in a piece of technology that you don't have to use for just one task, and that no one else in the office is uncomfortable or a little nervous working around because they're unsure or not as confident about how to work it. First off, 10-inch touchscreen, new, modern, works just like your phone or your tablet does. Also, the machine is built borrowing the technology from Xerox's Ultitlink and Xerox's VersaLink workgroup machines with the base software that runs the machine, sharing a lot of capabilities and functionality with the workgroup machines. Really what that means to you is that the apps on the machine and the way the machine looks, acts, feels is exactly the same on this one as it is on all of the workgroup machines. So the copy app, the scanning apps, the printing apps, they all work the same, look the same, the features are the same. So when somebody walks up to the machine from anywhere in the office, even if they aren't doing production work, they know how to use the machine and they can use all the features in it. And that includes apps from Xerox's App Gallery that can expand functionality in the machine, both on the C9200 and the Ultitlink and VersaLink workgroup machines. These include things like the ability to print from anywhere using Printed Xerox, print management solutions like Xerox's Workplace Cloud, third-party print enablement solutions like PaperCut, any app that you can add to the machine to either add a function to the machine or solve a problem in your office. Again, acts the same, looks the same, works the same across all of the different models. The PrimeLink C9200 also has the ability to add one of 2 brand new Fiery print controllers as options to the machine. These are both built on Fiery's current FS600 platform, include Fiery's brand new Fiery Edge color profiles, and the current version of Adobe's PDF print engine. Both these technologies together make sure that whatever your designer intended on the page is what actually prints on the page. Two other features that are included as part of these Fireys or can be added to them are Firey's True Brand, which allows you to match spot colors, like a brand color or a color on a logo for your business organization. Even when you're printing in Microsoft Office, when spot colors aren't assigned to anything in the job, as well as Firey's Job Expert, which is a one-touch, one-click button that processes the job and then figures out, based on what's in the job, the best settings to set all of the print properties for the job are on the machine so that the output comes out the best the machine can possibly make it. When we talk about integrating the Xerox PrimeLink C9200 into your office, not just as a production print machine, but as a workgroup office machine, I want to speak to your IT and technology staff. Two things. First, when you bring it on the network as a printer, you can use the same Xerox Global Print drivers as the Ultralink and VersaLink machines in the office. So again, everyone's user experience, when they click File Print, Control P, Command P, or they tap Print on their phone, works the same as any other machine in the office. And you can even do that in some configurations when you also have the optional Firey Print controller running for your creative, marketing, and your production print folks. Second, with the updates to the controller that runs the machine and the software, how it's based on the same software that the Ultralink and VersaLink current generation machines are built, it provides the same Xerox network security functionality, features, updates as the rest of Xerox's line of machines. And what that means to your team is that if things like HIPAA or FIPS compliance are important, or in some cases required by your organization, it means that this machine can integrate just like all the other machines, and the IT team and the information security teams don't have to make an exception for the production printer. So now we want to talk about bringing this machine into your office. The difference between the Xerox PrimeLink C9200 and some other production machines is that we've made it easy to do so. First, our machine in our showroom here has a lot of the options on it. We set it up this way so that we can demonstrate a lot of the features to you. Now your machine, depending on what features you need in it, doesn't need to be this big. The actual machine itself is only this big. So depending on what features you need on yours, this machine isn't a whole lot bigger than, or is about the same size as, most of the workgroup printers you have in your office already today. The machine fits through a standard doorway, so we don't need to worry about double doors, docks, or having to knock out walls to get the machine in the building. It's light enough that you can put it on a standard office floor, so you don't need to worry about the structural strength in the floor, like a big production press would be. You can also use standard power, so you don't necessarily need to call, in most cases, an electrician to come in to rewire electrical power to be able to plug in the machine. What this also means to you is that if you work in a flex working space or in a open concept office or somewhere where you move equipment around a lot, it means that this machine is no more difficult to move around and position where you need it as just about any of the other office equipment you already have today. If you're ready to bring production print and the Xerox PrimeLink C9200 into your business, office, organization, or school, visit us at rhinebiz.com to take the next step.